Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this random Good Friday Knit and Matter. So we don't normally do Fridays, but we decided that as it was Easter weekend and lots of people would be at home bored, we decided to throw in an extra one. So we are doing till 11 o'clock today, so that we can then disappear and do other stuff. So those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert, and I co-host this with two lovely ladies, one of whom is Angela, whose idea it was in the first place, and unfortunately she can't join us today. And then the lovely lady that you can see on your screen. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hello, I'm Claire. I am sort of a stand-in for Angela at the moment, but I occasionally pop in and visit when you are both here. But I sew, I crochet, I knit, and I largely do it to procrastinate from my day job.
And your day job is?
I'm a teacher. I'm on Easter holidays right now anyway, but yeah, yes, it's work avoidance at the moment. But I'm going to have to crack on with something next week. So.
And so the format for this is we don't really have a format. At some point we do talk about people's work in progresses and we do show some pictures. So if you do have some pictures, then please do send them through. You can WhatsApp them to me. You can email them to me if you have my email address, or you can send them through Facebook. Two ways. You can either upload them to Angela and Robert Web TV, or you can just Facebook Messenger them to me. And then we'll try and work through the technical issues and see how we get the pictures on the screen, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes we have to do very what's the word I'm looking for, QVC, and kind of do this and move cameras and all sorts of things. So we hope you've got something on your needles or hooks at the moment to sit and enjoy us. Just so that you know, you can see us, we can't see you. All we can see is the chat box, and we'll talk through what people are saying in the chat as we go through. So let's start with some good mornings. Let's see who we've got today. So we have Brigitte. Morning, Brigitte.
Hello.
Hope you're keeping well. With Dawn. Good morning, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
And we have Judy. Morning, Judy.
Hello, Judy.
And we have, I believe, a new lady called Sheila who has dropped in. I think that might be Sheila from the shop.
Oh, hello.
Do let us know. If you're not Sheila from the shop, then do let us know where you're from, Sheila. So how was your afternoon yesterday, Claire?
Not too bad. I made a thing. I will show you the thing that I made. Now, as you may know, I am on the next row of greys. Okay. But what I'm doing is I'm being very, very grown up about this for the first time ever. And I'm doing the ends as I finish each colour.
Yay!
All right. I know, I've finally grown up. But the thing is I had nowhere to put them. You know, so there I was merrily snipping ends and sewing them in and all my bits and bobs, and they were ending up over the carpet, over the, you know, no matter how tidy you try and be, they end up all over the place. So I made myself yesterday afternoon a little thread catcher.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now, I had seen somebody else with one, and I have the pattern, official pattern for it. But as I had seen somebody else with one, the idea had kind of stuck in my head. So I went upstairs to my sewing machine and just completely made one up. So what it is it's a number of triangles. Oh God, get this right. You can tell I'm dead professional, me. A number of triangles with a layer of fusible fleece, some nice fabric that happened to be on top of the pile in my cupboard. And sorry, I'm trying to read at the same time. This is getting dark.
All right.
As per usual, I've gone a bit off script. One of mine has a little pocket so I can put my scissors in, which I've managed to drop on the floor. Anyway, put my scissors in, so I've always got a pair of scissors when I'm doing my thread catching. So, and if you believe me, I have, because I have my snippety bits in there. So there we go. So that's
Whereas
it.
I am using my redundant yarn bowl to put all my threads in at the moment.
Oh, good.
So I much prefer your idea, though. It's much more portable.
I have the link to make the official one right here. So I shall put the link up. Let's see. Now I'm on my work computer, which is hopefully a bit more efficient than the last one. Let's see
I was
if...
going to say the picture is better this morning.
Yeah, as I said,
That's just because there's less people using broadband.
potentially, yes. It's nicer outside. This is a rather better quality computer than the ones that I've got at home. So let's have a go. Let's see if this works today. Oh, it's a lot quicker. Sharing screen. So, if anybody here wants to have a look at their own, theirs is actually a bit more of a simpler way of doing it than I did. But that's the story of my life, really. So anyway, so if anybody wants to have a go, it's dead easy, it's dead quick, and it's quite an impressive little thing that will sit on your table or whatever, that you can have a little ends bin. So there we go.
I am just copying and pasting the link. Send it to myself.
Jolly good. So, some of the messages. So Sheila says, yes, it is. Hi, Sheila. Lovely to see you. And well done for your effort on keeping the shop open and everything going. Safia, morning, Safia.
Morning, Safia.
Judy, why do I always wave and say hello or goodbye? Weird. I know you can't see or hear me, but thank you for saying. I'm absolutely delighted that you do. That's really brightened up my morning. Morning, Judy. Brigitte says, don't finish the last thread. It's important that the squares all lie in the same direction when you make up the blanket. Thank you. I will take that on board. It's just that as I'm changing colour, I'm doing the ends of the changed colours to save me having to do several hundred at the end.
I think it means on the last round.
Yeah, on the last round. It's going to be a while before I get there. So thank you for telling me now, not after I've done it. Yeah, cheers. I will bear that one in mind. Georgie says, morning, love your thread catcher, Claire. Marion, good morning. Doing housework. Yes, Della's off. We've been doing a fair bit of that as well. And Sheila says, I've opened the thread catcher, maybe an idea. Fab. Yeah, go and have a look. If not, just keep it bookmarked somewhere, because it's a dead easy, simple thing, and you end up with something that's actually quite impressive. So I've had a couple of old patchwork hexagons that were a bit redundant, so I've sewn them to the sides. And on one side, I added an extra bit to put my scissors in. So, brilliant. Right, do excuse me while I go and pick my scissors up off the floor. Oh, there they are. Right, there we go. There we go. So yes, they sit in there that you can see. Jolly good. Right, I will turn that share off now so that I can actually see the screen properly. Yes, good. Computer is a bit quicker today. Good, right, so where are you at, Robert?
So I finished the shawl. So I did the squares yesterday, and I am about to carry on with the jumper. Seeing as there was lots of lovely offers yesterday to help with the pattern, we'll go through the pattern when I get to the pattern. So that will probably be in about 2 months' time. So because I'm only going to do this while we do knit and natter in the mornings, and I'm going to do more complicated stuff during the day.
Yes, quite right. Might be worth, since we got a few people in that weren't in yesterday, is sharing your shawl pictures again.
Yeah, we can do that.
If you can, that might be nice.
Yeah. I'll do that a bit later.
So there we go. I was showing Mort, my husband, the colours of the greys. They actually fade a bit better in real life. And he was like, "Oh," I go, "Now you realise why I was being so finicky about colour and shade, because actually
Yeah.
got him to help me. He's a lot better with colour than I am. So now he understands why I was being so well, not so much uptight, but trying to be a bit more exact about it all.
Yeah.
Because then you get the fade right.
So people, do let us know what your plans are for the rest of the day and the weekend. And just as a reminder, we are back as normal tomorrow, 10 till 12. We never do one on a Sunday, so we're not going to this weekend either. And then we're back at 10 o'clock on Monday. And then Monday, you can share us all your lovely weekend crafting projects and let us know how many Easter eggs you got.
Super.
I can tell you mine will be a big fat 0.
And yes, it is important that we see your projects as well, because apart from anything, there's only so much the two of us can witter on about. So it would be absolutely delightful. I mean, as you know, this was a sort of replacement for us meeting up on the pub, on mornings during the week and on Saturday mornings. And even then, we'd sit there and show each other what we're up to. So I'd be delighted if we still can, because it does also mean that when all this is over, because it will be, we can still keep in touch with what everybody's been up to.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It kind of keeps a bit of momentum. So do keep sharing, even if it's any ideas or any, "Oh, I saw this on Facebook," let us know. Yeah, that'd be nice. And frankly, you're welcome to natter about anything that's potentially not craft related at all, because also we used to talk about that as well.
Absolutely. Let's
So
put the
there we
world
go.
to rights.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Shall I try and play that Russian join video again?
yeah,
No, that's what I thought. And Brigitte, yes, you were right. The
yeah,
way you wrote it made absolute sense,
yeah,
but it
I
doesn't.
did
It
get it.
was easy to see it.
Right, well,
So
we'll just that back then.
that's a Russian join.
That
So
is
if there's
correct.
anything else that you want to know how to do, then just drop it in the comments, and I'll see if I can find videos. Because now that I know that it works,
Yeah,
I can try and put a tutorial on every day.
super. Right, well, on the subject of tutorials, I have been
Mm.
looking at my instructions for the baby ball, and
Oh,
I haven't found them yet. However, I'm going to be honest and say they probably weren't desperately well written anyway. But what I have found is a website, online one. Let me just post the link, which is exactly the same as the ones I make. Now, they call it an Amish puzzle ball. I thought it was Eastern European, but it's probably one of those things that one of those little creations that might have developed independently from wherever.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, hang on, wrong box. Bear with me.
Trisha's joined. Morning, Trisha.
Hi, Trisha. So yes, bookmark that, and then have a look yourself. Should they use some very sturdy fabric? They show you how to draw it out, which is exactly the same way as I draw it out. How many to cut, and how to sew it up. Okay. Oh, I will slow down a bit. There we go. So if you want to look at that at some future point, then give it a bookmark. All right, that's quite a good tutorial. And it also shows you how to draw it out as well. So you can change the size for yourself. Okay.
Lovely, thank you for that.
You're welcome. Morning, Trish, and morning, Linda.
Morning, Linda.
Good. So a hive of information today.
And that's Linda Ellis. Right, I have just bleeped. Oh, Linda Phillips says she's trying to log in. It keeps kicking her out. So she's going to join us tomorrow instead.
Fair enough.
Sorry to hear that, Linda. Oh, I know what I have got for you, Claire.
Oh, yeah.
Dawn sent me, as we were finishing yesterday.
All right.
You know, you were talking about making a dress.
Yes.
She sent a picture of the dress that Lizzie is doing.
Oh. Oh, Lizzie is the expert. Oh, bless her. Oh, that's so lovely.
So she says Lizzie's making this from some 80s curtain material and a dress pattern she found on Pinterest.
Lovely. Smashing. Yeah, what a lovely print. It's all kind of back in fashion now at the moment as well, but what's nice is that's a bit subdued as well. It's not too shouty or in your face. But
No.
some lovely pleats on that skirt. But yes, well done, Lizzie. Dawn says she wanted to have a go at a dress to learn some dressmaking techniques. Yeah, well, that's pretty much where I am actually at the moment. I fancy expanding my repertoire, but it's always been it's always the step I haven't taken yet. So you know, I'm approaching it with some trepidation. But I suppose the first thing I'm going to have to do is go down the garage at some point and see what yardage of fabric I already have. So see what I'm going to make it out of.
So Safia has sent through some pictures.
Oh, Bill.
So earlier in the week, we were talking about her Ubuntu box.
Oh, yes.
So she has now
Open the box.
She's sent through. There we go. So they're the squares that she's made with it.
Brilliant. Oh, that's exciting.
And then what else do we have? She's dug out this cardigan from about 3 years ago. That looks very colourful.
Yeah.
Good to see a random foot in the bottom corner. And then here's a blanket that she's been doing. She says she's been doing it for about 2 years.
Oh, that's cool.
She didn't like some of the colours, so she ripped it back and changed them. And that's that's the good thing about projects that you decide to do yourself. You can rip them out, change them around, play yarn chicken because you're not following a pattern.
Have you got the cardigan one there again? Brigitte missed it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There we go.
There you go, still on the needles. So it's not a finished one. We were talking about old projects that people have dug out. There you go. So yes, I'm loving that wavy lines blanket. It's
Yeah.
waves and coast lapping on a beach, isn't it?
Do you know what this bottom corner reminds me of, Claire?
Go on.
Lily Pond.
Yeah.
Because that's ripples, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, some of it is, yes.
And then you wanted to see my shawl. There we go. So that's the back of said shawl, which is here, and it's about 1.5 meters wide.
Lovely.
And as you can see, it goes from the neck right the way down to me bum.
Yes, it makes me smile just looking at it. It's so bright and cheerful.
And then there is a close-up picture of the edge.
Lovely.
Because if you curl one slipwise, it looks identical to the cast off across the top. So it's got that lovely triangular shape all around it. Sorry, that pattern all around the triangle.
Yeah. Good. Well, that works, doesn't it?
There we go.
So Safia says her blanket is going to be turtles on the beach. Yep, I can definitely see that theme. I would love to see it done. It started as a baby blanket, but it's almost single bed size. Yep, welcome to my world too. Tracy says, I love the shawl, such lovely colours, lovely and cheerful.
Thank you.
Certainly is that. Marion says you could hang it up in your window, Robert. And Georgie says your shawl is gorgeous. So there you go.
The window. I could probably pin it around the porch.
I found out from Facebook that I think it was 2 years ago yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a day that Mort and I went to London to go see a recording of QI.
Oh, right.
Which was quite an adventure. So that was a fun day out. I didn't realise it was as long as 2 years ago, though.
No.
It was very hot and cold that day, so we're actually already doing better than 2 years ago. So, oh, there we go.
I thought it was a shame that they didn't give Sandy a send-off on Bake Off this week.
Was Bake Off it is this week or was this week?
It was the last Stand Up to Cancer Bake Off this week, and it was her last show. And I was a bit disappointed at the end that they didn't. I know they'd have recorded it before they knew she wasn't carrying on, but I'd have expected some sort of best bits.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I
mean that would have been a shame. Maybe they completed the edit before they knew she was going, so they had no spare minutes to tack on the end. But yes, I do see what you mean. It is a bit of a shame. I thought the chemistry between her and Noel was superb.
Definitely. Marion's saying who's taking her place? Matt Lucas. And he's quite looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And he's worked with Noel before, and apparently their chemistry is really good.
Yeah. And on April the 22nd is the glorious return of Sewing Bee.
Oh, is it? Lovely.
There were rumours about it coming back in February, but it's been held on. So yes, April the 22nd.
Oh, good. That'll give us something to look forward to. Dawn's sending me a pattern to show.
Very good.
So as soon as it comes through, I will show it.
Good. Right. There we go. Another one done. Yay! Add it to the file. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 out of 36. Oh well, that's my weekend sorted.
Yeah.
Right. One, 2, 3. Right, let's put that down for a minute and have a slurp of my coffee. Mm.
I spoke to Angela this morning.
Oh yes.
Her dad was taken to hospital last night, but thankfully he's okay. He's being looked after and getting the attention that he needs, and they're running tests to see if they can work out what's wrong with him.
Good. Apart from being stubborn.
Yes. So, and she's okay. She slept for the longest last night that she's done since she's been there.
Brilliant.
And she was quite chatty on the phone this morning, which is nice.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, good.
So,
I'm pleased. He's in the best place.
yeah.
We can recover a little.
And she hopes to be able to join us again tomorrow.
Brilliant. That would be marvellous. I've also been in touch with Charlotte as well, who will hopefully be about on Tuesday. But for her, it will be 7 in the morning. So I will send you her email address. I'm not sure which side of the screen she'll prefer to be on at the moment, but I've got her email address anyway.
Lovely. So if you send it to me, I'll send her a co-host link anyway, and then she can decide what she's going to do.
Totally.
So for those of you that don't know, on Tuesday we are having our Black Lion virtual knit and natter, and the stipulation is bring your tipple of choice and bring your project of choice, and we will go from there.
Yes, because it was our evening knit natter. So yes, it was our evening down the pub knitting. So we are doing virtually instead. So I'd be delighted to see you.
And I must say the link for that one is a different link to this one. So if you want to join us for that one, you do have to go and register for it because it's only a one-off event.
Right.
And I posted the link in the Bedfordshire Facebook page.
Really good.
If, however, you're not a member of the Bedfordshire Facebook page and you want to join us, just let me know and I'll send you the link.
Brilliant. Right. Morning, Jackie.
Morning, Jackie.
Forgot you were on today. No, that's all right. I nearly forgot we were on today as well. But there we go. Don't worry. All good. Lovely
Do
to see
not
you
worry.
today. It's only a brief one to keep in contact with people.
Yep. It's an escapism because we figured that some people wouldn't want to spend 4 whole days and only have 2 knit and natter sessions.
Yeah. Good. Right, where are we at? Hold on, bear with me a sec. Good.
Just to an ask of people, if you were at Sheringham or the library and you took pictures of Lindy's sessions and the items she was showing, could you send them to me, please? We are trying to get them together so that Lindy can then recreate the talk for us. But we can't do that until we've got the pictures together to know what it is that she's talking about. So any pictures that you do have, please just either email them to me or Facebook Messenger. You can't post them direct onto any Facebook page, I'm afraid, or onto the web TV page. So they must come to me so that I can send them on. And there were some really interesting things in those talks. So, and Lindy said she really doesn't mind redoing it for us.
No, that's a lovely idea and a lovely thought.
And then if there's anybody on that would like to give a talk about something they know a lot of information about to do with all things woolly, then you're more than welcome to give a talk one day as well.
Pardon me. Oh, that's all right. I was just looking for something that I was going to show you all and talk about, but I should probably save that till tomorrow.
Okay. Tricia says that's great that Lindy has agreed to do the talk. Georgie says that's a lovely idea. And Brigitte says she loved the trunk, shows so many interesting items. There were, and she took more to the library than she did to Sheringham, so I'm quite keen to see what I missed that I hadn't seen before. Brigitte, I know you take lots of pictures, so if you have some, please do send them to me so that I can send them on to Lindy. Marion, I got all the ones that you sent me yesterday, thank you.
Right, I have a question for the hive mind.
Okay.
Seeing as I've been
You
doing a
might
lot
have to
of
explain that first. I said you might have to explain that bit first.
the hive mind, a lot of people use the internet. It just means that a collective of people in any one place with the same sort of thought. You are collectively a hive of minds.
Ah, see, and there I was thinking you were referring to the Borg out of Star Trek.
I wasn't being that specific, no.
Anyway, carry on. Sorry,
Train
I
came
rudely
along first.
interrupted.
It started with bees. But anyway, I do a lot of sewing in of ends at the moment. Okay. Particularly on let me show that up. So I've got these first blocks that we did for the lily pond were nearly all stripes. So I've got a lot of ends. Now what I want to know, is there an official recommended or proper way of doing it? Okay. And now I usually thread up my needle and just kind of wiggle it back through. But occasionally I have had with blankets that, particularly where they've stretched and stuff, ends have popped out again. So I was just wondering whether there was an official or recommended or best way of sewing the ends back in. So there you go. If there is, do let me know. If there isn't, I shall continue winging it the way that I've always winged it. Anyway, whatever, that. I shall carry on. But if you have a preferred technique out there, I'd also be delighted to hear about it. Because, you know, I'm all right where it's on a fairly straight line, but sometimes with the blankets and things where I've gone round, I've had wiggly end pop out. And that's what I'm kind of trying to prevent, really. So there you go. So on that basis, I'd be delighted to hear from you, because we must have an awful lot of combined years experience here. Good, right. So Tricia says, I tend to wait until I join the squares and then work the ends into the join. Okay, yep, jolly good. Weave backwards. Safia says, weave backwards and forwards a few times, not going right to the end of each weave. Yes, I'm going to have to leave myself longer ends, aren't I, really? I think that might help me out.
Sorry, I seem to be having connectivity issues. I'm trying to pull up my email because that's where Dawn has sent the ball pattern that she was talking about.
Okay, Patricia says, any technique that makes them disappear. If possible, run them into the direction in which it doesn't stretch. Yes. Thank you. I will give that a thought next time.
Oh, excuse me. Right, no, my email is not loading up. So, Dawn, I'm very sorry, but I'm going to have to come back to that tomorrow, I think, and screen grab it and send it. For some reason, I can get it on my phone, but the computer's just saying no. So, what are your plans for the rest of the day, Claire? As you're unexpectedly?
Sorry?
As you're now on your own unexpectedly, what are the plans for the day?
I probably work, actually, even though I am on Easter holidays, but at least I've got an afternoon where I am in the house and stuff, so I've got to dig some stuff out. I can't usually work with Mort about.
Right.
Nothing to do with him. It's just the fact that we don't have a lot of our own space, and I like to be able to sit and think quietly and undisturbed. And unfortunately, I'm not usually undisturbed when he's around. So yeah, I've got some paperwork to dig out and read. So I'm probably going to do that this afternoon. How about you?
I'm not entirely sure. So there was a plan. and then there was another plan, and both those plans have kind of gone to pot. Not my fault. So I had to go to Tesco's yesterday to get my prescription, but because I queue jumped just to get my prescription, they said that I then wasn't allowed to do a shop while I was in there, which is completely understandable. I have no problems with that whatsoever. But the queue time was an hour. So Gary was supposed to have gone food shopping last night while I was having a catch up with some friends, and he didn't. And then he said to me, I'm going to set the alarm for 6 o'clock this morning and go this morning, and he hasn't. And it's because he's insisting he wants a roast lamb dinner on Sunday. And I'm like, well, if you want a roast lamb dinner, you're the one shopping for it.
So
I don't mind cooking it, but you shop for it because I'm not waiting in the queue for an hour. And they're only letting one adult in at a time at the moment as well. So it's not like we can go together. So I'm not sure what the plan is for this afternoon. I did do the garden yesterday, so we can go and sit in the garden because it looks nice and tidy. So I really don't know until I haven't really seen him this morning. So until we're finished here, I won't have more of an idea.
Well, shops should be open as relative normal for a Saturday tomorrow, so you can always go at 8.
Yeah, well, they're open 8. Tesco's is open 8 till 8 today, and then 8 till 10 tomorrow. But I think he thought they were opening earlier. But I said to him, even if he gets there for 8 o'clock in the morning, if he's not there before 7:15, he's not getting in when they open.
Oh, I've been at 8 and there's not been queues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this week.
I figured if it was a bank holiday, that might have a bigger impact.
Yeah, maybe. You may be right. But I do Morrison's at 8 as well, and that's almost pleasant. But at 8, but I go shopping at 8 in the morning, and I've never had to queue.
Okay. So, folks, do let us know what you're up to today. Even if it doesn't involve crafting, just tell us what you're up to, because that's what we'd normally do as well, is talk about what we've been doing. And then also let us know if you're joining us tomorrow or Monday. Not that we need to know, but if you're planning on joining us, then let us know.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see you. Safia says, isn't there a butcher's or a farm shop you can go to? Well, a couple of farm shops are open, actually.
Oh, do you know what? That's a good point. I could go to Peck's because apparently they're doing meat as well.
Yeah.
And then I could get all veg as well. Ooh.
And then there's the one on the way out to Billington.
Yeah,
Nobby.
Oh, do they do meat?
I think so. Have a look on their website. They are fairly well stocked. I haven't actually been. I just know of them. I've not made it yet. But yeah, Peck's are doing meat. Yeah.
And then all the fruit and veg would be nice and fresh and stuff as well. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, Georgie says Peck's have teamed up with Stratton's. So.
Okay. Marion says she's found some more stash, so she'll need to tidy that away.
Brilliant.
Really, you found it, or did you just buy more and you're pretending to Richard that it was stash you already had?
Oh, I didn't know that was there. Oh, look at this. This old stuff. Oh no, I've had it for ages. Yeah, we know the script.
And Georgie says hopefully crocheting some more bear this afternoon and doing an M&S shop. Jackie says going for a walk, then lunch, a bit of gardening and knitting. We'll be joining you tomorrow and Monday. Lovely, thank you. Yes, Brigitte, we know Pex is on the way to Hotcliffe, you're right, but there is also, on the way to Billington, there's a new farm shop that's appeared. I say new, I only drove past it a few months ago and it was new to me then.
A year or so now.
Dawn said, had a lovely walk up the fields with Adrian and Maisie this morning, had breakfast together, then plucking up the courage to do a food shop. Might have a family games night later. We bought Pandemic a while ago and haven't played it yet. Somebody else recommended that to me the other day. And whilst trying to find it, I brought the meme game instead, which is a bit like Cards for Humanity, where you have what they're going to say, but you turn the picture over and it could be somebody completely random. And then you have to put down a meme that goes with the face that they're pulling.
Right.
Linda says we're supposed to be starting to decorate the hallway, but hubby has no sandpaper. I'll be delighted to join you tomorrow, Monday. In terms of sandpaper, Linda, if there is a local independent hardware shop, they are still open. I know that Homebase is completely closed. B&Q are doing click and collect, but they are taking a few days to get through it.
Yeah, I believe Wilkinson's is still open as well.
Yes, that would be a good idea. Linda's not local though, so she'd have to check with her one first.
Fair enough.
Is that actually? I think that's the right Linda. Yes, that's Linda Ellis. So she's up in Melton. So yes, do check Linda before you go. Helen says, good morning. Just popped in to say hello, as we'll be in the garden most of the weekend. Hello, Helen.
Quite right.
Dawn says, Sound Delicious is a brilliant game too, especially after a few drinks. Oh, is that like a musical game, or is that you have to interpret a sound, or
It's like sound charade?
Any game is good after a few drinks.
Yes. Well, we should hopefully be having an Indian takeaway tonight to keep our local chaps. Yeah, well, we like supporting our local chaps as well. It's a restaurant we like using, so we're absolutely delighted that they're still delivering. So that's great.
Which one is that?
The Himalaya. But it's only up the road from us, so.
Okay.
It's sort of one of our locals, but it's our chosen one.
And Dawn says Sound Delicious is sound charades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Marion says, do they take cards? They most definitely do, but you have to ring them up for an order. They also, you can go through Just Eat as well usually, but if they haven't got their Just Eat thing switched on, you can ring them up. In fact, I think they'd probably rather take cards at the moment.
I love Just Eat. So we used to go to Ocean Fish and Chips opposite the Wheat Sheaf.
Yep.
And then it got taken over and it wasn't anywhere near as nice, and we hadn't found one. And then I was just rummaging around on Just Eat Monday and found Med Fish Bar, which is the one that Peter uses. And it's really, really nice. Huge portions, though.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, no, we found a few bits and pieces through it as well. So
Linda says, thanks for the tip about Wilco's. I queued for an hour and a half just to get in. I'll send Brian. If he wants to do the decorating, absolutely. You send him, and then he can come back and say, I don't want to do this anymore. And you can carry on knitting.
Yeah. Tracy says the cod and waffle is brill. Yeah, I completely agree with you there, Tracy.
Unfortunately, it's closed.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
They are doing, you can pick up a delivery, or you can pick up a takeaway, but you have to sort of book it in advance.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I'm sure there were signs up saying it was closed the other day.
Well, it's closed for the restaurant, yeah, but there's lots of bits and bobs on Facebook.
Okay.
So you can ring them up, make an order. They will give you a collection slot.
Right.
So 5:30 on Friday. Then you pay for it, and then you go and collect it at 5:30 on Friday, which is what we were going to do this evening, but they were fully booked.
Ah, okay.
All weekend.
Dawn recommends Methy for an excellent Indian takeaway. Yes, been there. Lovely. Tracy says B&M are still open if you have one close to Linda, because they'll probably have sandpaper and decorating bits. Brigitte says she has a thing against the cod and waffle. We know it's not for everybody. And then Tracy says, thanks for letting her know about the cod and waffle. She has to go there because it's gluten-free.
Yes. So yeah, look up the Cod and Waffle on Facebook, because they're putting their let me share this with you if it's
Um,
your thing.
oh, Sheila seems to have disappeared. I was just going to ask her about the shop, but never mind.
Okay. So yeah, find the Cod and Waffle on Facebook, because that's where they put their updated payments. So they're not taking walk-in orders. They're not taking cash payments. You do everything over the phone. They give you a time to go and pick it up, and you go and pick it up. But unfortunately, they appear to be fully booked this weekend. Okay, but some other point, go for it.
Monday.
Yeah.
It's George asking which fish and chip bar I recommended. It's Med Fish Bar, and that is on Hotcliffe Street. Gorgeous kebabs, lovely big portions of chips. In fact, they're huge. Even a small portion is big enough for two.
Wow.
And they do deliveries as well. And I'd use Just Eat or ring them. Right, folks. So I know it's been short and sweet today, but we are now at the time where we get to say goodbye. I'm sorry, but it was an ad hoc one. So whatever you are up to today, have a lovely day. Just remember, be safe, stay at home, don't go out unless you absolutely need to, and hopefully we'll see you all again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and
So,
it's not Monday.
If not Monday, absolutely. So have a lovely afternoon. Do send your pictures through ready for tomorrow. It's so much easier if they've been sent in advance, because then I actually get some knitting done as well, rather than keep dipping in and out. So have a lovely day, and enjoy the weather. Stay safe, stay home, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.